What does it mean to put on the maroon cap?
People are building these West Indians up. I'm not really quite sure that they're as good as everyone thinks they are. If they're down, they grovel. And I intend, with the help of Classy and a few others, to make them grovel.
Clive Lloyd said, guys, we don't need to say much. Our man on the television have just said it all for us. We know what we got to do. We took that seriously. Very, very serious, we took it.
That comment alone was sufficient to set the tone for the whole series.
We're not going to be these happy-go-lucky cricketers that only here to entertain. We're going to entertain by this high skill. And whatever it takes to win within the rules of the game, we're going to do it to win.
Every couple of months I come here and I reflect on another dismal performance. And we ask ourselves, can it get any worse? And my friends, it has. We have sunk to a new level. It's a hard video to make because the failures of West Indies cricket on and off the field over the past 30-something years now, you never imagine that it would come to a point where there's a cricket ODI World Cup and West Indies is not there. How can that be? We're talking about a team, a country, a nation, a region, however you want to structure it, that won the first 2 World Cups, probably should have won the 3rd, but a nation with a rich history. For the last World Cup cycle, we had to go through a qualification process to get there. We ended up in the same position again this time, and embarrassingly, we cannot make it to the World Cup. 3 defeats on a bounce. It is the most disgraceful period in the history of West Indies cricket. And I put it to you, West Indies cricket can only get better if we demand it. This is not one of these videos where I feel like I need to go through all of the challenges of West Indies cricket. The fact that we're a small region, the fact that we don't have the necessary resources and we have to get creative. There's no need for that. I don't need to go over all the different reports. We've had so many reports. We had a recent report the other day for why we failed to get into the T20 championship. There's reports, there's talks, there's everything, there's a bunch of academic studies. And I feel like all of that stuff, there are answers there. Can we effectively implement them? At this stage, I have no idea, I doubt it. But I put it to you, we're getting the kind of cricket that we want. I may not be the first to say it, but I actually now believe it because we're sitting here looking at a team that it's not even a team. We're looking at some unit that's representing the West Indies in familiar colors and certainly not tapping into what it means to play for the West Indies. It's disgraceful. And we have to demand more. Caribbean people have to demand more. We cannot sit here for 30-something years and just watch this decline and it doesn't even matter to us anymore. I said it in a video before that we were once best in the world. We went to bang average, to downright mediocre. And now we're beyond mediocre. And we can bring up everything because I know the answers. I know part of the answers at least. We can talk about the big 3. We can talk about players running off to playing T20. All of those things come together in some way. But what does it mean to play for this great nation? I'm walking around my office and I think it's at my work office, but I'm trying to look for CLR James' book, Beyond the Boundary. Because I feel like every person needs to read it. I'm not even talking about the players, I'm talking about people of the region. It's important. It's a hard thing to sit here and watch this because I don't know if we know what it means to play for the team. And I'm talking about fans, what that really means. Heck, I don't even know if the players know. Do we understand the importance of this thing? Do we understand that it's not that we were the best in the world since the 70s to the early 90s when it came to test cricket? That's great, but do we understand what that means? Do we understand the significance of those dominant teams and the larger implication for what it meant for national pride, for survival even, to stand up for something, to showcase that we could be the best and how that can inspire others? Do we even get that? Do we know what it means to think about breaking chains of colonialism? Do we even understand what someone in the diaspora, particularly in England, what cricket meant to them when we showcased their best, for them to feel like they're even human? No, I think we're at a point where if we don't demand better, it's over. This is beyond money, and people have a right to make money. This is beyond lack of resources. This is beyond, it's what it means to put that shirt on, wear that cap, and who you're representing and why it's important, and to think about the people who you're standing on. Those giants that played, that barely got any money, that stood up for things that they had to, that sacrifice so we could think that we're somebody. So today when you think about how bad we are on the pitch and you wonder if it's gonna get worse, it will, unless we do something about it. In many ways, it's a reflection of what we want. This is how I feel. I think it's beyond the players, it's beyond everything. It's a larger thing that everyone that's tied to West Indies cricket, somehow we have to realize that we're responsible for making it better. Because it's the one thing in the region that we have that really puts us together in some interesting ways. Probably showcase the best of regional integration. It's something that we have to fix. We cannot allow this decline to go into 40 years, 50 years. It just can't happen. And I think it starts with everyone doing something about it. Thanks for watching. Rally.